Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing the ultimate video for beginners when it comes to makeup. I'm going to be teaching you guys tips, tricks. I'm going to be giving you guys products that work well for all skin types and skin tones that are inexpensive that you can get from the drugstore. I'm also going to be giving you guys just the whole rundown of what to do if you're just starting out and you have no clue what to do when it comes to makeup. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, then go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. I'll leave my social medias right here on the screen. The video is going to be kind of long simply because I'm going to go through all the parts of your makeup, and I'm also going to give you tips and show you the products. So it's going to be just a little long, maybe about 25 minutes or so. So you might want to make sure that you have some time to watch this video and also grab a snack so you know you eat a snack while you're watching the video. Low-key kind of make it go by a little faster. But yeah, so I just want to give you guys a fully in-depth, a thorough breakdown of beginner's makeup. So that's why it's going to be just a little long. So disclaimer in the beginning. So let's get into the video. I have a whole list of stuff that I have gotten down to talk to you guys about and products that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I went... yeah, this bag is full of products that I want to talk to you about in this video, and I wanted to make sure if I had the product that I was able to talk to you about it and like show it to you. And I'm following this thing to the T because a lot of stuff I forgot, to be honest. All right, so first we're going to start off with brows. So I have three products that I want to share with you guys. When it comes to brows, you can use like a brow pencil or a brow pomade. It really does not matter. It's just your own personal preference. I personally use a brow pencil and a brow pomade. So the two products that I have to show you guys today is the Makeup Revolution Dual Brow Definer, and it looks like this. So this is $6 at Ulta. And this is in the color dark brown, and it reminds me a lot of the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer. I actually have that and I use it on my brows today, but I'm trying to give you guys more inexpensive makeup, so I'm just going to talk to you guys about this one. This one works really well because it has an angled tip, and so it's good to get that little, like, it's good to start with. Is you want to start out tracing the natural line of your brows. What you're going to do is get them arched and or waxed, just so you can have like a really good idea of like what your natural line is. But you want to start out with your natural line of your brows, and you want to trace it with the pencil. Now this is just me giving you a very beginner's guide, but you want to trace it with the pencil, and you want to just basically trace and outline your brow. Basically outline it, and you want to go, you don't want to be too harsh in the front. You want to just start out really light in the front and then get harsh as you go to the tail. And then once you've outlined your brow, you want to go in with the pomade and fill in with the pomade. Now this is the Salon Perfect Brow Pomade. It's scratched off on the front because I use it all the time, but it works really well. And it reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade because it's so creamy. It's really creamy, and this is in the color dark brown. I've had this for a really long time, so it lasts you a while. What I do is basically like outline with the pencil, and then I go in with the pomade and I fill in, and I fill it in light in the beginning, and then I go thicker and more defined as I get towards the tail of the brow. And after you finish with that, you're going to want to go and clean up your brows. Now, some people prefer using a lighter concealer around their brows because it makes them stand out. But I like doing that, but the concealer that I use is not a drugstore concealer. It's kind of like a high-end concealer, so I didn't want to mention that in today's video. But this is a really good concealer, and this is the concealer that I actually use when it comes to my brows. So this is the NYX Full Coverage Concealer, and it's about $5, and it's really creamy. As you can see, I've used a lot of it, and this is the color Deep Golden. And what you basically want to do is take a flat brush and go and literally just like that around your brows, and do the top too. Some people don't do the top. I do the top just because my brows are kind of rough, so I kind of like to clean them up really well. So you just want to go under the brow and trace it, and then you want to blend the concealer out. And this concealer comes in many different shades, so you don't have to get the shade this dark. You can go lighter, you can go darker, whichever one you prefer for your brows. So some extra tips for your brows is you want to make sure in the beginning, in the front of your brow, you want to feather it up. So you want to take a spoolie I'm going to open this. I'm actually not going to open this. It's hard to open. So you're going to want to take a spoolie, and you're going to want to spool up the front of your brows, and then you want to take the end of your brow pencil. Use this as an example. So let's say this is my brow pencil. I'm going to go and I'm just going to barely tap it and flick it up to mimic brow hairs. The reason why you want to do that is because you don't want the front of your brow to be extremely harsh. You want it to be very light and feathery, and then you want to make your brow go thicker and grow more harsh as you go on the outside of your brow. So as you can see, in the beginning, my brows are very light and feathery, and on the tail, they're really pigmented, because natural brows don't grow really thick in the front. They kind of grow like in a gradient effect. So you want to mimic a natural brow as much as possible. So you want to go in the front very lightly and use your spoolie a lot to kind of like make it a gradient effect. You don't want to increase the pigmentation as you get towards the end. And don't worry, brows are cousins and not sisters, okay? So your brows are not going to be perfect. My brows are not perfect today. Your brows are never going to be perfect, because nothing is perfect. With that being said, don't try to get your brows absolutely perfect, because you're just going to be wasting your time. They're not going to be absolutely perfect, but you do want to get them as close as possible. And remember, practice makes perfect. So next, we're moving on to eyes. Next, it's time for us to talk about eyes. So when you go down to your eyes, you have two things. So I have two things I want to talk to you about before we get to eyeshadow. So I want to talk to you about eyeshadow primer. So for one, there's two different things. You have eyeshadow primer, and then you have concealer. You can use both to prime your eyelids. So when you use concealer, the purpose of concealer is to conceal the things that are naturally in your eyes. So for example, if I have dark marks around my eyes and my eyes are black or darker than my natural skin tone, I'm going to want to use concealer so that I can conceal the blackness or the darkness and have a clean base basically to put my eyeshadow on. So I'm trying to give you, for an example, I'm gonna try to post pictures on the screen so you can understand what I'm trying to say. And then you have eyeshadow primer. Eyeshadow primer is meant to make eyeshadow more vibrant and more pigmented. So I didn't really include any primers in this video, simply because the primers that I have, the ones that work for me are not drugstore, and the ones that I have that are drugstore, I really haven't played with them that much to know that much about them, but I am going to show you what I have. This is the eyeshadow primer that I use on a daily. This is well, not on a daily, but every time I do like really vibrant eyeshadow, I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and this is in the original formula. And it looks like this, and it just comes in a tube, you untwist it, and this works fairly well. It doesn't do like wonders for my eyeshadow, but it does work well, and it gets tacky, so it's good for your eyeshadow to stick to. So, but this is $25. Would I repurchase this? No. So I don't recommend that you guys buy this. I'm just giving you examples because I said I was going to give you examples. I do not recommend you guys buy this, honestly, but I do use this because I have bought it, but it's not just wonder. It doesn't just do wonders for my eyes. Now this eyeshadow primer, I got this from Shop Miss A, and it's like an online website where everything is $1 or around $1. And this is the Perfect AOA Studio eyeshadow primer. It looks like this. So this is an actual primer, and I have used this twice, I think, and I did like it. Now I haven't used it enough to know like how well it really does perform, but I did like it when I used it the 2 times. And this is literally $1 on the website. So if you want to go get this and try this, you can go do that. I'll leave the link in the description box below. However, I do know that everyone doesn't like to purchase things online, so if you don't want to purchase things online, then you can just use a concealer. And the concealer that I normally use on my eyes that is inexpensive is the NYX Full Coverage Concealer, simply because this is actually meant for dark spot correcting. So it's actually good for like the veins in your eyes or the darkness on your eyes. So this is actually good to be used as a concealer over your eyes. So you can really use either one, eyeshadow primer or concealer. You can really use either one, whichever one you prefer. But I just wanted to basically show you the difference between the two. Now that we've gotten the first thing out of the way, let's get into eyeshadow. The 2 eyeshadow palettes that I would recommend for beginners is the Wet n Wild Quads and the Wet n Wild Icon Shadow Palettes. I'm going to put pictures on the screen of each. This is the Wet n Wild Quads and this is the Wet n Wild Eyeshadow Palettes. I don't have these eyeshadow palettes because I had these palettes like when I was 15 years old, like 6 years ago. And when I first started makeup, and that's how I first started out. And the reason why I suggest those two different palettes is because, for one, the Icon shadow palettes, they literally give you like the name. So it's like you have the shadows, and then they say crease, brow bone, eyelid, blah 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 blah. So they literally tell you where exactly to put the eyeshadow. And then if you look up like a guide on Pinterest or on Google or something, it will literally show you what part of the eye is the crease, what part of the eye is the outer crease, what part is the inner crease, what part is the inner tear duct. Like, it literally tells you all of that online. So you can find that guide, and you can use that guide and use it alongside the eyeshadow palette and literally create an eyeshadow look just like that. And the Wet n Wild Quads, they literally come with like four eyeshadow, I think it was quads, was four eyeshadow colors in it. And so it's basically the four colors complement each other, so you can use the four colors in different ways to create different eyeshadow looks. And so it's basically giving you the eyeshadow look without you having to go out and look in like a big palette and decide which one that you want to use, which colors you want to use. Thing with eyeshadow is just blending. It's honestly just a blend game. You literally have to just get your blend game up. It took me 6 years to get to this, okay, and I still have like a long ways to go. So honestly, you just have to practice with it. Like, eyeshadow, when it comes to eyeshadow, practice is the biggest piece of it, because it's just like, you can't get good without practicing. You just can't. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, the last thing I want to show you guys with eyes is these palettes. So these are the Makeup Revolution palettes. I want to say reloaded, but all of them aren't reloaded, I don't think. Are they all reloaded? I think they are reloaded. But these are the Makeup Revolution palettes. And let's see, I have 2, 4, 6. I want to say I have 8 of them, but the other 2, I don't know where they are. But they're basically palettes like these. So they come with like a certain scheme of them, with a certain scheme of colors, and the scheme of colors are like really good to be used as eye colors, as eyeshadows. So as you can see, if you use the colors in this palette, then you can come up with like a really bomb eyeshadow look. But that's what I was telling you about. This can be a little bit intimidating for someone who isn't good at makeup just yet. So what I would recommend if you're really a beginner, you can start it with the Wet n Wild Quads or the Wet n Wild Icon palettes, and you can start out there. And then once you get to palettes like these, you'll be able to pick out which shades that you want to use to create an eyeshadow look. But the first palettes the Wet n Wild palettes will help you start, and then once you get good at it a little bit, then you can start with palettes that have more colors in them, and then you can go from there. Hope all of that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, comment in the comment section below, and I will clarify everything up for you. And the good thing about the Makeup Revolution palettes, these palettes that I showed you, is a lot of times, like literally right now, today is February the 27th, 6th. One of those days, my watch is dead. But yeah, so one of those, you can literally right now get these buy 2 get 1 free, and these are about 6 or 7. I think they're $7. So you can literally get 3 of these palettes for $14, which is crazy. So yeah, two more tips for you guys for when it comes to eyeshadow. So for example, you want to use the light hand. So when you take your brush, you want to like, don't go in like all harsh, you know, like you want to go in and, you know, like lightly feather. And then another thing is you want to start light and then build it up, because you don't want to put too much. You don't want to put too much on your eye, and then you gotta like try to blend all of it out, and it's way too much in your eye, and it's completely consuming you. So you want to just basically start out light and then feather it out. So just, you know, and then hold it towards the end, because it gives you like a better grip. And, you know, just be light-handed and take your time. All right, so now we're gonna go on to eyeliner. I have one thing to talk about with you guys with eyeliner. Actually, 2 things, but the eyeliner I want to suggest you use all the way across the room. I'm not about to go with it right now. So I'm going to just put the picture on the screen. It's the NYX Ink eyeliner or something like that. I'm not really good with eyeliner, to be honest. I use it sometimes, not all the time, but that's a really good eyeliner, and it's really jet black, and it's really good. It has a really good tip on it, so it's easy to work with it. And then another thing is these eye tapes. So these are meant for, they come in like a strip, and then you can just place it on your eye that way, and it helps to guide your eyeliner. So I'm not really one to try to help you understand how to do eyeliner. I just know that you can use these eye tapes because I use these eye tapes. You put the eye tapes in your eye, and you take your liquid liner, and you just follow the line that the tape makes, and then you do it that way. So it's pretty simple. Once you try it the first time, all you have to do is just keep practicing. Now we're moving on to lashes. For the past like month, I've been wearing my personal eyelashes, so I'm coming out with my own lash collection, and I'm really excited about it. And I haven't been wearing other lashes lately because I've been wearing the lashes that I'm going to wear, that I'm going to use, you know, that are going to be in my company. And so I'm just basically using them. I'm basically testing them out / demoing them / kind of like being the poster child for them. So wearing them, I've been getting really, you know, a lot of compliments on them. And it's basically, you know, just kind of like putting my brand out there. But that's besides the point. We're not going to talk about my brand today because I haven't launched yet. But stay tuned for the launch. It's coming this summer. But I do have three different lashes that I would recommend to beginners. The Ardell Wispies, the Kiss number 11s, and the Kiss number 01s. Now, the Ardell Wispies they have multiple different types of Ardell Wispies. They have like longer ones and they have shorter ones. So for the natural girl on the go, you know, someone who's starting out with with lashes, and you know, you don't want anything too thick or too long, you want to do the Ardell Wispies. I'm gonna post a picture of them right here as well as the price. The Ardell Wispies they're nice and wispy, hence the name Wispies, and they also have them ranging from different lengths, so whichever length that you're comfortable with, you can go with that length. Also, the Kiss number 11s are a little bit longer and they're a little bit more fluttery. They're really thin. So I would recommend the Kiss number 11s for like the middle, the person that's in the middle, the person that's like a beginner, but they also want something that has a little va-va-voom. So, because I used to love the Kiss number 11s. I literally used to buy the Kiss number 11s like that. Like I used to buy them all the time, and I love the Kiss number 01s as well. They're a little bit longer than the Kiss number 11s, but they remind me of the Kiss number 11s, and they are just as like thin and fluttery as the number 11s. So the number 01 and the number 11 are my favorite two from Kiss. So that's why I recommend them. And I'm going to be sure to like leave pictures of these on the screen because I don't have these lashes with me right now. Like I said, the lashes I've been using are the ones from my lash collection. So I haven't been wearing the Ardell Wispies and the Kiss number 11s and 01s. I haven't been wearing those at all. I've been wearing my own lashes. So yeah. And then lash glue. So I've been using this lash glue that it comes in this tube and it looks like hair glue, but it's really eyelash glue, and it's by the brand Sassy, and it looks like this. It says Sassy eyelash glue, and it says dark salon eyelash glue. When I say this is salon eyelash glue, oh yeah, this is salon eyelash glue because it's going to give you that hold. And it's also super easy to take off. When I tell you this is the best darn eyelash glue I've ever used in my entire life. Because literally I go and when I get my lashes in the morning or whenever I'm ready to do my makeup, and I take my tweezers and I go to pull off the lash glue, it comes off in one swipe. So all I have to do is grab it and pull. And the whole like the strip of lash, and it has the glue along the strip, it comes off with like one. It's incredible. I've never had that happen with any other lash glue I've ever used before. And this is a small bottle. They also offer a big bottle. This bottle was about $5. The big bottle is about $8. So, and I ordered it from Amazon. I will leave the link in the description box below. But this is a really good eyelash glue. If you don't want to use this eyelash glue, or you don't want to order anything offline, you can go to Ulta or Walmart, and this Kiss strip lash adhesive eyelash glue is only about $2 or $3, and it's really good. It takes a while. You have to wait for it to dry down, and that's my main issue with it. With this eyelash glue, you don't have to wait that long for it to dry. You do have to wait a little while for it to get tacky, but with this you have to wait like kind of a wow, and I don't like that. I'm a little impatient, especially when it comes to doing makeup, because a lot of times I'm in a rush. So you do have to wait for this a little while, but it is a really good eyelash glue. I have worn it a couple times, not that many times, because like I said, it takes too long to dry for me. But it is a really good eyelash glue, and it's only about $3. And it has aloe in it, and I think this is latex free as well. So if you're allergic to, yeah, it's latex free and don't make me lie. Okay, so yeah, it's latex free. So if you're allergic to latex, this is a really, really good alternative for you. And like I said, it's only about $3. Next thing I want to address when it comes to lashes is how to apply them. So I have an entire video that I'll place in the cards on how to apply your own, like how to apply false eyelashes, and I'll place the video in the cards and in the description box below. But I literally have an entire video on that, so if you want to know how to apply false lashes, go check out that video.